Anambra, our Thursday episode here on ABS television. How was your night? I hope you had a wonderful night rest. Thank God we are counted amongst the living today. My name is Nonye Nwokoye, and as a tradition in the house, we begin the Good Morning Anambra show with the press review. All right, it's press review on ABS television here this morning. And as we do it here, let me call out the shots before we really introduce our guest. It's audience participatory. You have the opportunity to call and make your own opinion count on any issue of importance to you here. And of course, when you call, you bring down the volume of your TV set so that we get to communicate effectively here. And we have some national dailies here and, of course, stories making their headlines on ABS website. Welcome to the show. And we've been joined this morning by Mbechi Emmanuel Igwebike. You're welcome to the studio, Mbechi.
Yeah, good morning, Anambra. Good morning, Mrs. Nonye.
All right. Yeah. We also have Chief Hyacinth Okoye Njaba. Good to have you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Okoye. Good morning, viewers.
All right, let's begin with looking at stories making their headlines on ABS website. Mrs. Soludo calls for promotion of family values, proper child upbringing. Somtech embarks on public enlightenment on need for disease prevention in Anambra flood-affected communities. Anambra State Government warns school principals against examination malpractice ahead of WAEC. Anambra State Assembly tasked contractor handling Obodo Ezi Street, Oka Community Road Project on specifications. All right, Okoye, let me start from you. Which story actually captured your interest this morning?
I don't think I have it. Is it Anambra?
Okay. Mrs. Soludo calls for promotion of family values, proper child upbringing. Actually, I think there's a passion because I read the detailed story on 7 o'clock news this morning. She's so passionate about the values that is quickly eroding our society today, and she's saying that every hand should be on deck to really rescue our children that are going astray.
Well, thank you very much. I think this is very interesting because in some of my my programs, in Anamaka programs, we normally do every Monday by 3 o'clock, ABS here. We normally talk about family issues. So on the issue of family value, it is very interesting. It's not only children, even the parents and the mothers and fathers. You understand? Because you can see that in most of the houses, the father does not have a time again. If you are a politician, you don't stay at home. Either you are in Abuja today, Lagos tomorrow, next tomorrow, Benin, just like that. If you are a trader, just like that. Women, church activities, market activities, doesn't allow them to look after their children again. And the upbringing matters a lot. The way you bring your children up matters a lot. That's how they will be in the society. Mm-hmm. You don't allow everything to be on the head of teachers, that when they go to school, they will learn. We know those things that will be learned in school. Those things like customs and the way people live their life, their traditions are not even taught in school. So for us to just hand over activities of our children to teachers is just devaluing the whole system. So I'm completely in support of Soludo, who is calling on families to restore the family values. It is very important and very interesting, and it is something that must be done as quick as possible. Okay. Otherwise, before you know it, we are nowhere to be found.
All right, now the state government is warning school principals against examination malpractice. You know, this period, very soon, the SS3 students will start their WAEC, and I think they've taken their JAMB mock, and the JAMB exam will soon start. And I think it's equally important, you know, to call on WAEC to be mindful of the way they see results, because these days when children perform very well, they attribute them to examination malpractice. So I don't know.
Thank you so much. Let me start from where you said about Mrs. Soludo before getting to the WAEC,
Okay.
warning of WAEC candidates. As a teacher, it says that the teacher's job gets easier when children are trained at home. You know, some of our parents don't know what to do again in their family. They don't take care of their children. They don't do anything. They only, once a child is up to a year, they will just take the child to school. Whatever the child learns is from the school. They don't want to engage themselves in anything, upbringing.
But the irony of life here now is those people that brought education to us, your child can't be in school when the child is not up to 3 years.
That is it.
That's it.
But our people, we do more than the people that taught us.
Kindergarten.
Once a child is a year old, you will take the child to
Yes.
school. So coming to examination malpractice in WAEC, recently a school was caught on that base, and the school was shut down in Anambra here, a primary school.
Okay.
Primary
And school?
A primary school, while they are taking their common entrance. And all the teachers in this, the teachers that was involved, the teacher that was involved in the exam malpractice is the children that she gave. She's a woman teacher. The children that she gave the expo, that is the malpractice, was the people that still implicated her, and she was expelled from the school, and the school was closed here in Anambra. So I am also of that opinion that our teachers, as a teacher, I am also a teacher.
Okay.
We should be very mindful of what they are doing. Instead of being there to give exam malpractice or to support exam malpractice, you do more by...
And to see the level of decadence, giving a primary school a child expo. When we're in primary school, what do we know that
Let me tell you the cause of it. The cause of it is that most of these schools, most especially are private schools, and it is extending to government schools. They want, that is, when you have A in our schools, people will come. Do you understand? They want those, they encourage the students to steal so that they will make better results, so that people will come to enroll in that their school. You understand? Increasing the population of the school. Otherwise, we know the right thing to be done. And that's why most houses now, if you ask somebody who is in the SS3, most of them, to make good sentence, just one single good sentence, the person finds it difficult.
I think what you're saying is general.
Yes, I'm saying.
General,
yes.
You can't attribute it to
I said, the way it is serious is in private school. They're not being guided.
I went to public school.
I disagree with that.
They are not being guided like
as it is done
as it is done in government school. Private schools are not being guided like that.
Really?
Issue of monitoring, yes. Issue of monitoring.
I know
private schools
one of the
are not guided like public schools.
One of the main cause of exam malpractice, make people striving to get A's and B's in their WAEC, is because of the decision of the JAMB and the schools in their admission, that
they calculate
admission is now given based on the number of A's, and the A's has percent, and the B's has percent. So when you now calculate the A's and the B's, you compare it with the JAMB and add and divide, that you get the average score of that person. And that has been recently I have a sister who wrote her WAEC on her own and got normal score, B, C, and others. She got up to 5 credits and more than, as is supposed, but she wrote in the JAMB, she wrote 218, and she has been unable to obtain JAMB because she didn't have A's and other things.
The thing is that I think the crux of the matter here is that our children should not engage in examination malpractice, because the truth is that it will not do you any good.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, when you have left school, you find out that you don't have anything up there. But let's run for our time. I think this is going to be a big topic for another day.
Very big topic.
You know why I want to make this comment? He gave us an example with the primary school, and now he's talking about WAEC. So, but I'm narrowing my own down to that secondary because
what the paper is saying this morning is that the Anambra State government is warning against
exam apprentices in
view of exam WAEC. The WAEC is coming on May. But I just told you what the Anambra State government had just done.
Okay, let's run. Daily Sun newspaper. Let's see stories in front of the Daily Sun newspapers now. The banner headline in front of the Daily Sun says, 10th NAS leadership plan to undermine rules on ranking thickens, with riders there, APC elements secretly working to allow first-timers vie for Senate President, Deputy. Attempts will fail. Ndume. Oshomole joins stories in front of the paper. Strike. NAS directs minister to halt demolition of aviation agency offices. New twist in APC crisis. Right there, Northwest Vice Chairman Lukman issues ultimatum to Adamu to summon National Working Committee on Omisore. And in front of the paper, we can see the pictures in front of that paper. That's an accident scene where a commercial bus from Lagos Island collided with Lagos State Bus Rapid Transit, that's BRT vehicle on Ifako Bridge, or Shoki Expressway, Lagos, yesterday. That's a terrible one. I think the bus caught fire there. Yes. Okay, let's run. Let me come to you, my brother. Which story are you looking at in front of the Daily Sun newspaper? Emmanuel.
Oh, okay, let me first of all look at the APC undermining the Constitution by planning to give the Senate President to a first-timer. I don't know. I don't have any idea. I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a lawmaker. I don't know if there is a way or there is a place it is written in our Constitution that the Senate President will be given to an old member of the Senate or a first-timer. But if there is, I don't know. But what I know is that Senate President and other positions are being given by recommendation. Okay. So that is what I want to contribute. So whatever anybody is saying is that if APC succeeded being swearing in on 29th May, they do whatever they want. That is the rule.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me come in there. Okay. Honestly speaking, I don't think that there is any way it is written down that you must be second, third timer before you get a Senate, Senate President or any other serious position. But it is just internal arrangement. It's just by understanding that if you are old in this place, you must have known so many things about the place. So they can say, okay, take care of this. But politics in Nigeria is quite different from what is being obtainable somewhere else. Simple because what we are doing in Nigeria is the one that will favor you immediately when you are looking for it. You go for the one that will favor you. You can change the rule, you can bend the law because you want it. And once you leave that position, you begin to haunt you. Do you understand? That particular law you changed for your sake, for your selfish interest, will begin to haunt you. For example, now, if you, I don't know how the fate of Joseph Okalo, what will be his fate if he does not get the Senate President? And then it is not even left for APC alone to decide who will be the Senate President. They may take Senate President from APC, but it's not the APC that has the duty to decide alone who will be the Senate President. Because all of us saw what happened when Saraki was Senate President. The ruling party, they were not going for Saraki. They were going for somebody else. Other minority parties, they came together, to support the... And then they had an understanding with the Saraki, that Saraki would be the Senate President. Whereas This is our brother who is in overseas now. What's his name? The man that is in detention with his wife.
Okay, Ekweremadu.
Ekweremadu, to be the deputy Senate president. They had that understanding. The other people now didn't come on time. Before they came, the other the people they called minority because they felt if they don't come, they will not do anything. Before they came, they've already concluded. So each of Senate president does not go for first timer, does not go for APC. Because if you bring all the minorities together, APC does not make majority again. Okay. All the minority parties for the Senate, if you bring their senators together, APC does not make the majority again. Yes.
Adding PDP.
If you add all the opposition parties, if you add all the opposition parties together, those people will have the majority. So it is not the duty of APC alone to decide. But what I'm saying is that they should not be doing when it is in their interest, they will begin to.
That's to tell you, man is selfish.
Selfishness of this country. Okay, now we are talking about.
Man is selfish when it comes to me.
Not just man. Politics is about interest.
They are not talking about zoning again.
Politics is
They are not talking about zoning again. Because they will tell Southeast. How many votes did you bring?
All right, let's run the New National Star. Let's see stories making their headlines in front of the New National Star. 30 billion naira sale of funds tear APC National Working Committee apart, with riders there. Adamu gets 1 week notice to render account, convoke NEC meeting. Okay, we have Iwanyanwu named new Ohanaeze Ndigbo President General. $2.4 billion missing fund. Again, Malami Ahmed, Sean Reps panel. ABSU appoints Ozekome Professor of Law. And FG molds 50% tax rate for tobacco products. Nigerian political parties insensitive to women. That's coming from Paul and Talon. And 3,298 inmates on death row in Nigeria, NCOS. FARC, federal government, state, local government areas share somewhere around 14.629 billion naira for March. Eid al-Fitr, FG declares Friday, Monday public holiday. LP crisis, Obi backs Abure. And the last but not least, Tinubu presidency, Gbajabiamila Falake battle for chief of staff, speakership position. All right, let's look at the stories in front of the New National Star.
Well, let me start with 30 billion naira sale of funds from APC. And NWC apart. Yes, I think I expected that.
To happen?
Yes, I expected that. One thing with our country is this. Even criminals, they don't know how to manage the loot. Do you understand?
And that is what brings problem to their table after.
Yes, they don't know how to manage what they stole. Do you understand? Now, could you believe that when Nigeria was in a very difficult situation economically, was when these people were selling the forms of, at the highest price, the highest bidder. And people were struggling for it because they felt if you are in APC, when you buy the form, you've won the election. That time they never knew that the obedient wave was coming. Do you understand? Now, so many of these people that bought form lost the election. Now that they lost the election, they will come. They will come for accountability. The person who collected the money has to account for how he spent the money. That's where the problem now is coming from.
So even if you don't fail, there will be no accountability. Because accountability should be in everything we do.
It should be in everything. They are more aggrieved because they don't get it.
Because they failed.
And they did not succeed. They did not win the election, but they are still in the party. You understand? And remember, there are not just more people in the party. So they will call for it. They have to ginger those people. The party, the management of party is quite different from politics itself. Do you understand? People who are managing party, from party chairman, they are just quite different from the executives or members of the party, like ministers and whatever. So when they come back, they will have to push these their grievances to some other members of the party who probably they thought could not get enough fund from that sense of form.
All right, the program is Press Review on ABS Television, and it's audience participatory. We have a phone line on the screen with which to call and make your own input. And of course, you can go to our Facebook page to drop your comment, because this program is streamed live. Quickly, let's move on to the National Light newspaper. Let's see stories on the National Light. We'll mark second year anniversary in Oka Township Stadium. That's coming from our Governor Soludo. Mrs. Soludo calls on women to explore agri-exportation. Nigeria, 7 others to drive global population growth by 2050. That's coming from UN. Lassa fever spreads to 26 states, kills 151. Breakthrough, hope raised for type 2 diabetes cure. Death toll in Sudan's conflict rises. Adamawa Kebbi, governors-elect deputies get certificates. Police dismiss inspector for killing Delta businessman. Man backs life jail for defiling neighbor's 3-year-old. What a story. Okay, let's look at the stories. Which one is of interest to you?
Let me go with we will mark the statement of our governor. His Excellency, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, our working governor, who has been doing exceedingly well in trying to make Anambra a better place, and he's also helping to make every effort of the former governor, that is the previous governor, His Excellency Willie Obiano. Okay. He's trying to bring up, to make sure that every structure that Governor Obiano put in place does not go that way. In the first Anambra first year, that is Governor Charles Soludo 1 year anniversary. It was celebrated at
International Conference Center.
ICC. And this one now, Governor Soludo is telling us that he's going to celebrate this.
You know, there's something, I think there's something he wants to modernize the stadium.
Yes.
And this goes to show that leadership or governorship should be,
as it stands now, he has ordered the people that will work on that site to go to he has mobilized them to start work already.
Thank you. I think I will come in there.
Okay.
Thank you very much, because I've been looking for opportunity to say something about this stadium. Honestly speaking, what I have seen, because I pass there every morning, unless that is not the one they call the stadium. But if that is the one they call the stadium, they are just being, they are just blowing the name, because it has not gotten to that stadium standard. I look at it as ordinary playground. So for Soludo to be talking about second anniversary, that might be because he just celebrated a year anniversary, not quite long. It might be a year plus. I know definitely it's going to push down facilities. Enough facilities in that stadium.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Yes, so I'm just praying that he will do that, because Anambra State deserves a very good stadium around us here. Our boys are very good in athletics, sports generally.
We are grateful for the continuity that is happening.
Yes, but we are not being they are not being encouraged. You understand? The facilities are not on ground. If you go to Delta State now, every morning you see people, sportsmen and women, entering the stadium, coming out, doing one thing or the other, because the facilities are there. If you go to River State, you will see that those things are the amenities that are
all right, we keep our fingers
so
crossed,
we are praying
the governor has promised to do something to upgrade that stadium.
We are trying to, I'm praising him and praying that he will keep to it.
All right.
Because it will just help us. Even on the employment matters, we will reduce it a bit among our youth.
All right, let's look at Kodita. That's the Igbo version of the National Light. I think the story we have to take there. Anambra Enyela Dina Nwunye Murejima Isego. Dina Nwunye Murejima Ise Ego Nkwado. Nanambra ndị eze ọdịnala etola Soludo maka udo. This money that we are talking about is 2 million naira was given to the couple that gave birth to quintuplets.
I think nke a na nwana adịghị n'Igbo, so anyị ekwu n'Igbo. Ọrụ anyị gụsịa maka ihe ndị Anambra dị n'Igbo, anyị asụ ya n'Oyibo. Ana m ekele Gọvanọ Soludo maka ego onye lụrụ nwoke na nwa di na nwunye mụrụ ụmụ ejima ise, maka na ọ dịrị izi ịmụ nwa ise at the same time. Onye ọbụla amalụ ife ọ bụ kịta bụ ịzụ nwa, wee bụrụzia nke ịzụ mmadụ ise, na-ego mmiri ka ọ dị, na-ego pampas ma ife ndị ọzọ. So ana m ekele gọvanọ na-ekene sie ike onye emegbu ndị ọzọ ka ha plan ebe onye nkwụ ike mmụọ eji n'isi staa na ọmalụgo na gọvanọ na-ara ana na gọvanọ ga-enye aka den ana m ekenekwu gọvanọ n'ụzọ pụrụ iche eziokwu udo dị na Anambra steeti now.
Okay.
Go to communities. Issue of the traditional ruling matters and whatever. And make a governor for it. And only can say on that one, Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, Tony Collins, he's doing marvelously well.
All right.
Now, come law to Igbo elections in various communities.
All right, let's
and same thing with the presidential PG elections. Before it was caretakers.
Okay,
right now, I think
let's see what the
number
Punch
of caretakers
is saying. Let's see.
Let's
see what the Punch newspaper is saying. The Punch on the Punch newspaper, insecurity, local rice price jumps by 200%. With riders there, rice price soars from 173 kg to 173 naira per kg to 521 naira per kg under Buhari, despite government intervention. That's MBS report, National Bureau of Statistics. Rice farmers, producers, exports blame rising inflation, insecurity, others for rice woes. FAC allocation drops as FG states share 715 billion naira. Adamawa police warned against cover-up. Buhari returns, avoids Sudan airspace. Okay, we have El Rufai raises the alarm over insecurity ahead of May 29. Ogun father stabs 2 children to death. Substandard materials quacks caused Banana Island building collapse. Report. Okay, the picture in front of that paper is that BRT bus that burned, but I think there's a twist to this story. Lagos mob burns BRT bus as driver dies in crash. I wouldn't know which one is the truth now. Okay, let's see the story you're looking at on the Punch newspaper.
Thank you. Anambra is our state. Okay. And as people who are into farming, let me go to that increase of rice price by 200%. I also read in one of the news here this morning that the fertilizer price has also gone up by 200%. One of the paper has it there. So the increase of rice price was established by the increase of the farm input. I come from Ayamelum. Okay. And one of this, my brother here is also from the same area, who are the food basket of Anambra State. You are from Anambra West, right?
I'm from Anam, in particular.
So coming from all these places who believe that in Ayamelum, 99.9% of Ayamelum indigenous are farmers. Okay. So we are known for rice production. Okay. So the fertilizer which have been selling at the rate of 4,000, 7,000 is now selling at 22,000 something.
One bag.
One bag, a bag of fertilizer. And before you put, the reason why I want to use Ayamemu is that Ayamemu has lower Anambra irrigation project where the land is no more fertile as it is before. Before you could get an expected yield, you must apply like 4 or 5 bags in a plot. A plot is a half hectare of land. Applying 4 to 5 fertilizer, which means you are applying fertilizer of 100,000 naira to a plot of land. The plot of land is not the one that they are building here. A plot is half hectare. That is an acre of land. You apply 5 bags of fertilizer, 100,000. Then at the end of the day, the expected yield will not pay for the input you apply to the... So
and automatically the price will go up.
Yeah, automatically the price must come up. And the government is not doing anything to help.
I think this report here is going to do something, because from what you've just said, this is local rice, according to report, a local rice price.
Yes.
Does it mean that, Nigeria nation, that we're trying to see if we can stop importation of some of these products? But now, that the local rice is high.
Are
we going to depend on foreign rice to supplement?
That's where I want to come in.
Okay.
Thank God we are from riverine areas.
Okay.
We are from Ombambalances of Anambra State. We are farmers. Our people are farmers. Even myself, I was brought up as a farmer before I joined this Oloibo trade. Now, the truth is this. By what they are doing, by what is happening now, people will prefer to patronize. Even myself, I have gone to foreign rice. Initially, I don't eat it. But because of what I discovered, when my wife went to buy rice, it was so high. I asked her to come back and go to foreign one. The one I'm eating in my house now is foreign rice. If every other family go to foreign rice, it means the local production will be trying to encourage. We just go down to the lowest ebb. Right now, like my brother said, we are not being assisted. The really farmers in Anambra State, let me use Anambra State as an example, because I know that our governor has passion for tourism, he has interest in development of rural areas. Do you understand? Our people are not being assisted. They don't get loans with which they can add to the body. All of us know what flood did to our people this last period. Flood just bastardly dealt with every community around the riverine areas. Since that time, from that time till now, no assistance has come, except taking care of the people in the IDP camps. No assistance.
Okay, let's believe that authorities concerned are watching this program.
There is one thing I wanted to add to what he said. Agreeing on what he said, the research has it that the local rice is more nutritional than the foreign rice.
Where you cannot afford to buy it.
Is even if you buy local rice at the rate of 20,000 or 25,000 naira per bag, it's still more valuable than getting a foreign rice even at the rate of 25,000. Even the two of the price are competing. Having 25.
Since it is not poisonous.
But,
you cannot tell me that people who eat the local rice don't go to hospitals. That they are being treated by local rice.
The only thing that
it is not poisonous. You go for the local rice.
The only thing that we will be saying here is to let the federal government. There are some things that are
but to truth be told, a lot of Nigerian families will do what he has done.
Yes.
Because when you can't afford
the local one,
you move to
an
B.
English one. I mean, the foreign one is available.
Because the children must eat. That is the truth.
The local rice is not, the price of the local rice is not greater than the foreign rice. The only thing that is the problem, the only thing that is the problem is that the lazy youth, that is the present wives and ladies, they don't normally want to suffer. You know, in the local rice, sometimes if not destoned, you will see stones inside and other chaff. But in foreign rice, once you bring it, you just put it in the pot and you.
Okay, let's see what.
So we are using this opportunity to call on government to help our people.
That is it.
The Nation newspaper is next in our lineup. Let's see stories making their headlines on the Nation newspaper. Why Buhari didn't intervene in Adamawa poll crisis by government? We tried as there. Tinubu 6 probe of debacle. NSCDC commandant summoned Buhari to appeal judgment, voiding Ararume's removal. We also see acting LP chair rejects suspension by party NEC. Iwayanwu is Ohaneze president. Okay. Njaba. All right.
Yes.
Can we talk about Iwayanwu becoming the new Ohaneze Ndibo president now?
Well, it is very good. Every person who is an Igbo man is good to be Igbo, Ohaneze president. Until you get to the seat, before we know exactly how you are going to pilot the affairs. Iwayanwu has been a prominent Igbo man. He has done a lot. Even for, he's known in Nigeria everywhere for commerce and whatever. So if he becomes Ohaneze president, I think he's closer to people. He will know our problems and be able to tackle it headlong. And then maybe the issue of Nnamdi Kanu will be solved. If Iwayanwu because that's the one the Igbos will want to hear first. Nnamdi Kanu is released.
Let's quickly, we take the Guardian newspaper and the Daily Trust together because our time is fast spent here. The Guardian newspaper, 40 days to go. FEC approves over 100 billion naira contract. Athletes, officials panic as National Stadium Lagos floodlight collapses. Crack widens in APC over alleged misuse of 30 billion naira zoning concerns. 20 years on, family relives memories of Adeife Akinola Akindeko. Excess crude account down to $474,554, says FAC. Total, Shell, and to end gas flaring, stakeholders decry industry loopholes. Then the last paper, but not the least, the Daily Trust newspaper. High fertilizer prices threaten wet season farming. With riders there, 50 kg cost 30,000 naira or more. High cost may cause food inflation.
Yes.
FG states must act now. That's coming from stakeholders. Death toll hit 151 as Lassa fever spreads to 26 states. 3,298 inmates on death row correctional service. Buhari returns from Saudi Arabia as Sudan crisis forces flight rerouting. 40 days to go. Buhari's government approves 1.535 trillion naira for 11 road projects. Banditry, 308 killed, 746 kidnapped in Kaduna in 3 months. Report. Tinubu asked police to probe Adamawa election controversy. I don't know if you can look at this approval by the government. They say 40 days to go because the story is equally in front of the Guardian newspaper. 40 days to go. Federal Executive Council approves over 100 billion naira contract. All right, my brother.
I don't think I have anything to say.
Okay.
It is very interesting. 40 days to go. They are approving 100 billion contract. Fake. That's Federal Executive Council. Yes. Under normal circumstances, if it is, I will come in the way of criticism than that of accolade to them.
Okay.
Under normal circumstances, if things are to be done the way it's supposed to, it should be done because government is continuity. It's not bad. But because in Nigeria here, government is not continuity. Because every government that comes will want to change the system. Do you understand? Either to better his people or to at least make his own wealth. If they are approving 100 billion contract by now, the fake, I think they have an interest in that contract they are approving. They want to take probably their final decision before they go.
The big question would have been, approving of contracts, approved for 11 road projects. Are they going to make sure that the contractors build the roads before
that's what I'm saying, because the incoming administration may not want
it. A big question.
That's why I said where it is supposed to be continuity, it is good. But because there is no continuity in the administrative system in Nigeria, do you understand? Everything is politics. It is not going to work because the coming administration will want to better his people. People who helped him, people who did one thing or the other.
Even if they give that contract out, when the sitting government now leave office, the
other one will stop it.
The government that will come, the contractor will depart from the site.
Yes, if they give them money,
they will abandon the roads.
If they don't give them money, they will abandon the roads. So they would have waited for, since they could not do it all this while, they would have waited for incoming administration. But because they want to take their own chunk, that's why they wanted to. Of course, you know the system in this country.
All right, we can go on and on, but that's the much time could allow us on the press review this morning. Special thanks to you, Mbechi Emmanuel Igwebike, for being here this morning. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
All right, we also appreciate Chief Hyacinth Okoye Njaba for being here. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for inviting me this time. All
right, my name is Nonyengo Okoye. Sit tight, for we have more coming up on Good Morning Anambra Show.